Okay, so first off, you're gonna have to take the bumper off the car, which I'll put the video right here. I don't know if I can put a link to it. If anything, it'll be down in the description. But once you take the bumper off, you can start by taking off the grill, which is just the easiest way is to get a flathead in here, in between each one. Pull it out with one hand, and I would do it with my left hand. And then with my right hand, I'd be with the flathead, popping these out. I start off in the corners, and then work to the middle. And then this is the same thing for the bottom one. And then, well, this is the first time I ever tried to do like the honeycomb delete, which I used like a drill bit. But I found this great tool that you can use instead, which I used on my new GT350 bumper. It's a hot knife that you put this on. It's pretty much like a soldering iron, but you can screw this knife on it. So it gets really hot, so you just cut away, and then you can melt it back to make it smooth. So it's easier for you to do it all at once. Like if you have the EcoBoost, most people get rid of the grill shutters that are behind there anyways. So what I did was I took off the upper grill, lower grill, did grill delete, did grill shutters delete, which I think I have a video for that too. If not, I'll just talk you through it pretty much. You just take off, there's like 2 screws here, 2 screws down here somewhere. There's like 2 or 4 bolts that hold the grill shutters on there. You got to disconnect the little lever from the top one, and then you can slide it out the bottom. But then you got to take the little motor out, and then just leave it with, there's like a little arm for the motor. You just got to leave that arm like dangling. So you put the motor, like you just zip tie it to the wire harness that's behind here on the car. And then you can just leave that dangling and you're fine, because I've done that to like 2 EcoBoosts and haven't gotten any errors for it. And if you do get an error, just get it checked, and if it says that it's that, then whatever, that's not a big deal. You could always clear it. But yeah, it's always easier for you to just take everything off, and then take the grills off, and then just tape it off around, and just do it from like 4 inches away, 5 inches away, spray the plastic dip. I start from the middle, start spraying the middle as much as you can. And then when you get to the ends, do like a thick coat on the ends. Try to do the middle, like a few coats on the middle, so you don't end up getting this problem I had, which that's what I would have done differently, is do thick coats in the middle. Do like 4 or 5 thick coats in the middle, and then go in the end and do thick coats. And when you're doing the thick coats, hey Crystal, you want to show up in the video? When you're doing the thick coats, you just start. It's easier if you have 2 people, you do the thick coats, and then the other person starts peeling away from where you already did. So like start over here, thick coat, start pulling away. They start pulling away while you're doing thick coats all the way down, so that you get like these perfect lines like that, and you don't end up with these like where it started drying and looks a little messed up. And then if you're gonna do this, all you gotta do is just tape it, and then plastic dip a couple coats, and then peel the tape off quickly so that you don't give time for it to dry, and do this shoot. only video I don't have is when I was spraying it. Somehow I lost that video. But either way, I didn't do it the right way. I sprayed like 2 coats in the middle and then went around the corners. I would recommend to do like 5 or 6 thick coats in the middle, and then doing like a really thick coat around the edge, and then you should be fine. But here is if you want to take the horse off of the grill and reuse it when you take the honeycomb out. If you buy the grill without that horse, it's pretty simple. All you gotta do is use a little flathead and pull those pins out, those little washers out, I mean. And then once you get all 4 off, you'll be able to slide that right out. On the rear of the car, the deck lid, it's completely different. It's like these little plastic, it's like little plastic wood rivets. So you have to cut the rivets on the rear bumper, and then put it back in and melt it on there. But these are a lot easier on the front. Then you just snap everything back together, and you're good to go. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good day.
We out here, Refined Muscle, 2017. Fucking stuck ass silver performance pack wheels.